What's up YouTube, James Baek here, and welcome back to another episode of VGC 17 Back-to-Back Battles. We are using the team featuring Slowking, Marowak, Tapu, Koko, Gastrodon, Tapu Bulu, and Arcanine. Let's just get straight into it. But this team has been pretty fun. The core concept of just going with Surf with Slowking, as well as Gastrodon, having ways to protect Slowking, Gastrodon, getting rid of Pokemon such as Kartana and Tapu Bulu very easily, just so that nothing can really hit these Pokemon that hard. It's just been a very fun team, and I've been enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would have. Because to be honest, I don't know. I mean, I did try like a concept back in 2013, but I wasn't exactly like the most serious VGC competitor in 2013. I didn't get started competitively till like 2014, so wasn't exactly the best team builder back then, but it was pretty fun using stuff like Slowking, Gastrodon. There was also like the Specs Gyarados team in 2012. I believe it was 2012, it might have been 2013. That was also a fun team to use. But anyway, it should be still some very fun games. This team has been doing pretty well, and we'll see how this goes, because you know, I feel like the team is alright. It does obviously have some weaknesses. It does rely heavily on Trick Room. It does struggle against, I guess, other grass types, as we find a 1481 from Spain. But let's not judge the person by the ranking. We're going to judge it by the team. And this team is very solid indeed. It looks like that #1 team used for VGC on Battle Spot of all time. A Season 1 team that got to 2000, I believe. With or maybe it was Season 2. I think it was Season 1 though. Tapu, Koko, Tapu, Lele, Kartana, Garchomp, Arcanine, Mandibuzz. If I do remember correctly, it was Specs Koko. The only problem is I don't remember if it was Discharge. I remember Z-move on the Garchomp. This could be a bit problematic. Gastrodon's very solid in this matchup. So is my own Tapu Koko, to be honest. I think my own Tapu Koko is what I want to bring. Arcanine's not very valuable in this matchup, other than maybe an Intimidate off onto the Garchomp. It's Scarf Kartana, so I do know that. I think my best lead is actually Tapu Koko, Gastrodon. Have Marowak in the back and Slowking. I'm not sure what kind. Okay, the question is what kind of. I'm pretty sure it's Scarf Kartana, but it's like what kind of lead my opponent brings. Scarf Kartana could be very dangerous for my team. It can be very dangerous to my team, so I do have to play carefully around it. I do have the Rindo Berry though on my Slowking, so shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure Koko Garchomp my lead. I don't remember if it had Discharge or not. It's gonna be Tapu and Mandibuzz leading though, which is a bit interesting actually. Not what I was expecting. I will get the Electric Surge up, as my opponent will be able to get the Psychic Surge up. I don't remember what kind of Tapu Lele this was, as Mandibuzz is going to activate its Seed, which is fine. I think the best play here is just to go for the Volt Switch into the Tapu Lele slot. Mandibuzz isn't really too threatening. I'm actually surprised my opponent led Mandibuzz. This doesn't stop Trick Room of any kind. It does have Snarled on the Mandibuzz, so I do have to watch out. I think my opponent might just try to step a Tailwind, so I think I'm just going to Volt Switch Sludge Bomb into Tapu Lele. I don't think it was Z-move Tapu Lele if I remember correctly, so I will Volt Switch off into Tapu Lele. Do a nice amount of damage with the Specs. I don't expect to pick up the KO with Sludge Bomb, but I expect to put it in the range of Surf. I will go hard into Slowking, because Slowking would be able to eat up the Psychic from this Tapu Lele, and it can set up Trick Room on these two Mons. If Foul Play doesn't do as much. Psychic's going to go into that Tapu Koko slot, so Slowking going to be able to take that pretty comfortably. It's actually a Life Orb on Tapu Lele, so Sludge Bomb actually might pick up the knockout. Tailwind's going to be set for my opponent. And let's see, Sludge Bomb's going to go into the Tapu Lele. We'll just pick up a knockout. No, it's not, but that's actually pretty good. Oh, we get the Poison though. I actually would have preferred not to get the Poison, because Tapu Lele really doesn't do much on the field as it goes down. I actually wanted Tapu Lele to survive on the field, because the fact that I can't do much of my Slowking was so valuable. But now I can't exactly go the route that I wanted to. Go for a Trick Room. Because Moonblast plus Foul Play I don't think should KO Slowking. Or maybe it does. I don't think it would, to be honest, though. Slowking's not exactly the heaviest physical attacker in the world. So what I could have done was get Trick Room up, and then Surf would have knocked out the Tapu, and I could have got a lot of free Surfs off. Garchomp's going to come out. So Garchomp's a bit annoying. But if he wants to knock out Slowking, I think he has to double up or a Z move. So I think I'm going to Trick Room here. And I'm going to go for Muddy Water and get some chip damage off. Tectonic Rage plus Foul Play won't knock out Gastrodon, or it shouldn't. Garchomp's going to Protect? Oh, is that a Snarl? No, it's a Foul Play. Okay. Let's see how much his Foul Play would have done, because that's what I'm curious about. Ooh, Foul Play plus Moonblast would have might have actually been able to pick up a knockout, so the poison might have actually been pretty helpful there. I'm gonna get the Muddy Water off into this Mandibuzz, so very little damage because it's accuracy. We do get the accuracy drop, which could help against Snarl, and we will get the Trick Room up, so very questionable Protect, though. I guess worried about an Ice Beam from both of these Pokemon, I guess? Oh no, I don't understand, but I think I'll just go for Surf and Hydro Vortex. I'm pretty sure Surf plus Hydro Vortex will be able to knock out Garchomp. It already wastes its Protect. And if I can KO Garchomp, that's a huge relief out of the way for me, because this Garchomp's very scary. So my opponent is playing a bit questionably. Garchomp's going to withdraw, which is a good play on my opponent's part if it's snarling. But Arcanine's going to come out, so I get a free KO here on the Arcanine, which is pretty good for me. I guess the question is if Snarl knocks out Slowking. I doubt it, though. Like, Slowking has a lot of bulk. I could have predicted the Arcanine switching in and saved my Hydro Vortex, but I don't know. I still think I'm in a fine position. Surf is going to do a good amount to that Arcanine, and we will get this Hydro Vortex off, so we will be able to knock out the Arcanine. And if I just put this Garchomp in range of my Dazzling Gleam, I think I'm good for the rest of the game. But I would also have to weaken Mandibuzz, so it would be knocked out by Dazzling Gleam, most likely. Because if he just protect Tailwinds, that's also a problem in the late game. So I have to damage both of these Pokemon. Surf is going to, well, Hydro Vortex is going to knock out the Arcanine, and let's see what the Mandibuzz does. I would assume Snarl here, since my opponent does carry it. Foul play. Okay, just going for the KO onto Slowking, it looks like. Okay. Actually, it doesn't even pick up the knock on Slowking, which is very nice. As I'm guessing Garchomp will be coming out again, so Z move on Garchomp. I wonder if Garchomp would just protect again, and maybe Mandibuzz goes for a KO here. How many turns of Trick Room are left? 3 turns of Trick Room? I honestly think it's fine to go for a Slack Off here, as well as a Muddy Water. I don't see, like, he has to double up here, and if he KOs my Slowking, that's fine. Okay, he doesn't protect this turn, which is the correct play, so Slack Off with Slowking, but that means, let's see, he has to double up in the Slowking to pick up a knockout. Muddy Water will come out, and that should get the damage on Garchomp I need for Dazzling Gleam, but I do remember this being a bulky Garchomp. Yeah, it's a bulky Garchomp, that's actually not going to be in range. Snarl is going to come out like I anticipated. It's going to miss the Slowking thanks to the -1 accuracy on that Mandibuzz that we got earlier, and Tectonic Rage is going to come out. So, I'm guessing this is going to target down Gastrodon, but Gastrodon should be able to survive this. Hopefully. I'm pretty sure Gastrodon will survive this. Oh, wait, I'm not physically defensive Gastrodon. That could be a problem. Let's see. Let us see. Yeah, it wasn't physically defensive Gastrodon. I forgot about that. I'm used to running physically defensive Gastrodon, actually. I'm going to go on the Marowak here. Okay, this game got a bit tougher. I guess it depends on the Mandibuzz spread, but I think Mandibuzz has taken enough chip damage to where I think it's fine. I'll go for... I think Surf is the best play. Like, Surf my own Marowak might seem crazy. Yet, if I can knock... I could also Parasong, I guess. No, Parasong is not the best play here. Yeah, because I can't stall it out with Tapu Koko and Slowking with no Protect. So, Surf Flare Blitz. The reason I'm going to go for Surf is because, one, Surf would have put the Garchomp in range of the... Well, Surf would have put Garchomp in the range of Dazzling Gleam. Oh, I might have choked this, actually. Wait. If Surf plus Flare Blitz doesn't knock out Mandibuzz, Foul Play couldn't knock out my Marowak to where it's at. So I guess it comes down to how much this Flare Blitz does to Mandibuzz. But yeah, I was kind of confident that I would knock out Amanda Buzz. Fit Club just really proving in the work right there. And it was a very safe play for me because I guess it wasn't a safe play. But then again, my Tapu Koko is guaranteed to live one Earthquake. So I guess it would have came down to whether the Garchomp got a crit Earthquake. So actually, yeah, I was pretty much fine no matter what. Even if he survived and knocked out Marowak. Because his Mana Buzz would have been very low if it could survive the Flare Blitz. And then my Tapu Koko comes in. It lives Dazzling Gleam. It lives an Earthquake. Mana Buzz gets KO'd probably by my Flamethrower. At the range it would have been at if it could survive my Flare Blitz. Yeah, so I think I was fine no matter what. Shadow Bone's going to come out and then KO's Garchomp with the Dazzling Gleam, obviously. Shadow Bone's actually going to pick up the knockout Garchomp with a critical hit, but I don't think the critical hit mattered in the end game. Trigger was about to wear off. He could have Earthquaked, could have SD'd there. Wouldn't have made a difference. Tapu Koko won in the back anyway because it would have been able to outspeed the Garchomp. So, very interesting game. I don't feel like I played that phenomenally. I think my opponent made some mistakes as well. Like, I guess maybe scouting for an Ice Beam on one of my two Pokemon. Yet, I guess that's not knowing the team because that team does have I think it does have a bit of a special defensive Garchomp. So it would have been able to tank one Ice Beam unless I had like a boosted item, I guess. But yeah, I don't think protecting Garchomp there was the right play. But who knows? Who knows what my opponent was thinking. We are going to take the first win. I'm actually really surprised we saw Lele Mandibuzz. I don't remember if it had Discharge though. I'm pretty sure that Tapu Koko did have Discharge. Which is like the reason why I was scared. Because after the last game with Discharge, and I knew that team had definitely had Tectonic Rage Garchomp, I was worried like, oh, what if he leads Discharge Koko plus Tectonic Rage Garchomp? Because then I could have been in some trouble. But the lead I did was able to handle the Specs Koko plus Garchomp because Koko would be able to just get a very powerful Specs Dazzling Gleam, put that Garchomp in a very weak state, and then I could have finished off with the Hydro Vortex very easily. And then once I get Trick Room up, I can start slacking off. My opponent doesn't have much offensive pressure unless it was Kartana. And I guess maybe the Tapu Lele, but I always had Marowak for the Tapu Lele, as well as the Kartana. So I think that's fine no matter what. As we find Martin from the United States with a 1582 rating, let's see what my opponent's going to bring out. The Tapu Koko, Porygon 2, Muck, Ninetales, Garchomp, and Arcanine. Oh, wow. Okay. Very, very interesting team. Well, not interesting. We've seen it a while ago. And I have used something very similar to this in the past at tournaments. So, let's see. Muck is very annoying for this team to handle. This team doesn't exactly have solid answers to Muck. Also, Ninetales is very scary as well. I don't have solid answers to Ninetales. Ninetales is a very scary Pokemon for this team to handle. It's a very scary Pokemon for this team to handle. How do I want to handle this? If he gets a Roarville up, that's already a big problem for me, in my opinion. I think I should just lead Tapu Koko, Arcanine. I'm pretty sure my opponent should just lead Ninetales, Muck. It is very solid for my opponent. I think I have Marowak plus Slowking in the back. I'm just weak to the Tapu Koko, but I think this is fine. Because if my opponent leads Ninetales Muck, I could Volt Switch Flamethrower and knock out Ninetales. The problem is switching the knockoff and him getting a free switch into Garchomp. Maybe my lead wasn't so solid. Maybe I should put Discharge on this Tapu Koko. Because Discharge might be more helpful in this situation. Discharge might be helpful in this situation since I do have Gastrodon plus Marowak. So I could go for a Discharge set. Might be more helpful than Hidden Power. Because Hidden Power really hasn't done much. But we'll see here. Pretty sure my opponent should just lead Ninetales Muck. As I will lead Tapu Koko Arcanine. I could also Will-O-Wisp the Muck. Oh, it's actually Porygon 2 Muck coming out. Okay. So, I have two options. I can Will-O-Wisp the Muck, or I could just Toxic the P2. I think I want to Toxic the P2 since I don't really have much for the P2 currently. And the Muck is already intimidated, so attack is going to rise. Not a big deal. So the Porygon 2 is at neutral stats all around. I'll just Volt Switch to Muck here and fire off a Toxic because I do want that Toxic up on the Porygon 2. Getting that residual damage is so helpful against that Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is going to protect. Huh, okay, that's not something you see every day. Well, I will get the Volt Switch off. If I Volt Switch Will-O-Wisp, would have been the best possible play there. The Muck is pretty weakened, however, right now, and I will be able to go out into my Gastrodon, I think. That means, okay, so you either don't have Trick Room, Recover, or Toxic. I'm pretty sure you're not going to have Toxic. Poison Jab's going to come out and target down my Tapu Koko slot, okay. I was more worried about a knockoff, but okay. He already saw Toxic. I don't know if Porygon 2 switches out here. I think I'm fine just going for a Muddy Water here. Porygon 2, I guess, is not going to be a threat with just Ice Beam as its only attacking move, I would assume. So I'll just Will-O-Wisp the Muck here. I really want to Will-O-Wisp the Porygon 2 slot. Oh. I was going to anticipate a switch, but okay. Oh, come on. Are you serious? I miss a Will-O-Wisp, then gets frozen by Tri-Attack? Not my day. I want to Will-O-Wisp that Muck because then my Slowking could have done a lot of work in this game. Flamethrower doesn't default Arcanine. I'm going to have to hope for something. I'm probably going to have to hope. I really want the Toxic though. The Toxic's like so important. So I'm hoping I can get a Toxic off. He has to double up in the Arcanine to pick up a knockout here. And we do Unfall. We land a Toxic. Okay, that is cool because Arcanine has not landed first Toxics in forever. So we get the Toxic off into Porygon 2. That is huge. And I think I'm going to try to start setting up on him. As I'll probably just double up the Arcanine slot here. As he knocks off my Arcanine. Okay, I think my opponent... I think that was a solid basis. I don't know if knockoff was a roll, but it would have gotten rid of an item if I decided to switch. But obviously, I'm not going to save the Arcanine, which I think was pretty useless here. Get the accuracy drop on the Porygon 2, which is nice. And yeah, my opponent doesn't exactly have the most solid answers to Surf plus Muddy Water spam, since I already weakened this Muck. We already ate its berry. So I'll be able to send out Slowking. Knockoff isn't going to be doing too much. I just don't know if my opponent's going to set up Trick Room or not this turn to reverse my own Trick Room. I'm pretty sure we're just going to see Tri-Attack and get damage. So I'm actually just going to go for a Trick Room here. And if he goes for a Trick Room, I guess it's not too bad. Muck is -1, so it's not doing too much to my Slowking. My Slowking is pretty bulky. As yeah, he's just going to Tri-Attack, and I'm guessing... Oh, going to double up the Gastrodon, which is fair too. Gonna go for the knockoff, as that's not really doing too much to my Slowking, and I am getting this Muddy Water damage. No, just kidding. But I could just slack off the damage with Slowking anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. Actually, Surf plus Muddy Water might just pick up the knockout on Muck, but I could see Protect, Reverse, Trick Room here. I think the best play is to just go for Slack off here. Because, yeah, I think that's the best play. Which I will go for Muddy Water here. I can also Hydro Vortex and Slack off. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense if he protects. Yeah, I'm just going to slack off the damage here. 100%. Because I do not risk him going for Protect here. Because if he protects Reverse Trick Rooms, then he has a shot. Okay, he's not going to do that. I wonder if he reverses Trick Room this turn or just goes for a Tri-Attack. Either one's fine, because I think Slowking will live double up no matter what. Muddy Water is going to connect on both Pokemon. And it's a knockoff, and I'm into Gastrodon. Okay, so Gastrodon's going to survive, and we do see the reverse Trick Room here. Okay. Porygon 2 is really low, but it's not in range of Muddy Water, so if I go for Trick Room and he reverses Trick Room again, there's a bit of a problem. Maybe I should just recover Gastrodon here? I don't need Trick Room up specifically here. I kind of just want to Surf And because Surf won't knock out Porygon too if it decides to reverse trick him. I'm pretty sure Tri-Attack's going to be coming out here. Yep. But I do want to recover health with my Gastrodon because I need Gastrodon to be healthy to take on the Pokemon. As we're going to see a double up in the Slowking, but Slowking's going to be able to survive. So, get the recover out with Gastrodon, and we will Surf up, so we will be able to be boosted with Gastrodon. So here's the Surf. And now this Gastrodon's boosted. The problem is Garchomp in the late game. Maybe I should just... I guess the play I could have done would have been Hydro Vortex and Trick Room. But I didn't want to waste my Z move. Because I do need it for the Garchomp, I think. This is a bit of a tough spot we're in. He didn't have Kartana, unfortunately. So Kartana's not a threat I have to deal with. Would have been nice to get the burn on Muck. Oh well. Tapu Koko is going to come out, which is an interesting play here. I am fast Marowak, so I don't think that I'm really too worried. I'm pretty sure Dazzling Gleam plus Knockoff is coming. I guess the question is, what do I need health on? Do I sack Slowking here? I think I just Sludge Bomb Tapu Koko. Oh wait, I have my own Tapu Koko. I think I just Sludge Bomb the Tapu Koko for damage. And I just slack off here. I'm pretty sure Slowking's going down. I can keep my Tapu Koko healthy. I guess he could protect. I mean, no matter what, I think I'm making the safest play here. Tapu Koko is going to protect, this is fine. I'm pretty sure Knockoff is going to go into my Slowking slot then. Yeah, so that's fine. I'd rather keep my choice specs on Tapu Koko because I think that was what I needed the most. Because the two places there are either you Dazzling Gleam. I guess you could Volt Switch, but that's a bit risky if I had Marowak in the back. And I actually did think I had Marowak in the back several times. So I get to bring out Tapu Koko. I just click Dazzling Gleam here. I have no reason not to click Dazzling Gleam here. I don't need Thunderbolt. Yeah, Arcanine tandem by Gastrodon. I guess Ninetales could be annoying, but Ninetales has to go for Blizzard once. Sludge Bomb plus Dazzling Gleam hits everything on the field. I don't see a reason not to do that. I wonder if my opponent did bring Ninetales in the back based on what my opponent has brought throughout the game, because if you think about it, you didn't really bring much for Gastrodon. Your Porygon 2 had Protect, it didn't have Toxic, so you can't wear down the Gastrodon. Unless Muck had maybe Toxic, but it would have went for it a long time ago in my opinion. Get the Dazzling Gleam off. We're actually faster than that Tapu Koko, so I guess it's modest. Oh, is that Twinkle Tackle maybe? No, it just goes for its own Dazzling Gleam. Which is fine, because I'll definitely... Oh, wow. That did nothing. Okay. Is that AV then? I think that's AV Koko. Okay, so Koko goes down, which is very nice. And then the last Pokemon, that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. If it's Ninetales, I'm a bit worried. If it's Garchomp, I'm not that worried. Okay, it is Garchomp. I don't think it'd be Scarf Garchomp on this team having no flying thing. So, unless it's AV. But this is single target Dazzling Gleam spec, so it might be a 2 KO on AV. Maybe not. Oh, it is Scarf. Are you serious? Oh, that's not good. If I don't knock out Garchomp with Hydro Vortex, this game is over. So I need Gastrodon to pull through for Hydro Vortex, but to be honest, I don't think Hydro Vortex is going to pick up the knockout on Garchomp. I think it's going to barely leave it. And then he gets a single target Earthquake, so... that's my surprise. Oh, Gastrodon coming in clutch. Okay, to be honest, I thought I lost that, but don't underestimate Gastrodon. Woo! Okay. So I did not expect Scarf Garchomp on his team, obviously. His composition really didn't, like... This team composition didn't really point out to Scarf Garchomp. No flying immunities is interesting on a team of Scarf Garchomp. And nothing on his team really likes taking Scarf Earthquake other than Porygon 2, really. So, kind of surprised, to be honest. Usually on Scarf Garchomp, you at least see one team. That was a bit surprising, but we are able to pull through. Okay, I honestly thought we lost it. Don't underestimate Gastrodon. Lesson learned, Gastrodon is a monster. Like, Gastrodon's actually a monster. But, gonna be able to pull through as we get our last opponent from Spain with a 1704 rating, with the team of Tapu Fini, Garchomp, Celesteela, Ninetales, Muck, Arcanine. What's with all these? Okay. I wonder if it's Scarf Garchomp on this team. Like, this is a team I could see Scarf Garchomp off, potentially. Like, potentially. I think I want to go the same route as I did with the... The problem is that Celesteela is here this time. Like, the problem with Celesteela is here this time. I'm pretty sure my opponent should bring Ninetales. Unless you're going to rely on Celesteela to beat my Gastrodon. So I'm going to leave Tapu, Koko, Arcanine, bring the Gastrodon plus Slowking in the back. Maybe I should have left... Actually, it might have been fine just to leave Gastrodon out of this, but handling the Tapu Fini kind of seems scary without it, so I think this is my best play. We'll see what my opponent leads here. Koko, Arcanine. And Tapu Fini. Okay, Tapu Fini plus the Garchomp. It's kind of annoying that it has the Electric Seed. I mean, the Misty Terrain up. So, if he is Scarf Garchomp, he'll go for Earthquake, but I don't know if he protects or not. I don't know. He might be Specs Fini too. I think the best play here is to Volt Switch Tapu Fini and go out into... I want to say my Slowking. My Slowking will be able to handle these Pokemon. Because Arcanine's not going to do anything this turn unless I predict a Celesteela switching. Which I'm not. I'm going to go into Slowking here. Maybe Dazzling Gleam was a better play. But I think this is fine. As he doesn't protect either. So great. I get the Volt Switch off into that Tapu Fini. And I think I'm going to go straight down into my Gastrodon. Or I could go into Arcanine. But Tectonic Rage could be coming out. And Gastrodon should be able to live one. And I'm pretty sure Tectonic Rage should go in the Koko slot. Yep, Tectonic Rage is going to come out. So I'm kind of glad I made this play. If you target down to Arcanine, that's a bit questionable. Maybe if you're preparing for a Celesteela endgame. But I think you would rather save the Tectonic Rage for the Marowak. So here's the Tectonic Rage coming out. And it will be targeting down my Slowking slot. Okay, it does target down that Arcanine slot. You would have to assume maybe Ninetales plus Celesteela in the back. Slowking's going to be not eating that up as well as I thought. Oh, jeez. And Moonblast is going to come out into the... Okay. That's Specs. That's Specs. That did so much. That did a lot. Oh, my lord. I did not expect it to do that much. This is bad. This is bad. I think he has no reason not to Earthquake himself and go for a Specs Moonblast. I think I'm going to protect Trick Room. That's not good. I'm going to protect Trick Room here. I do want to save my Gastrodon here, as he is going to Earthquake himself. Okay, this isn't too bad, to be honest. I'm pretty sure the Moonblast should go into the Slowking. Yeah. Okay. Did not expecting to lead Specs Fini into this team, but okay. Going to Tapu Koko here. That's a problem. I'm not boosted with my Tapu Koko. But however, his Tapu Fini is in Dazzling Gleam range, which is very nice. I think I'll go for the Hydro Vortex in the Tapu Koko, or I could recover here. Let's see, what could he have in the back? I think I might want to recover here. It's in my best interest. I don't think predicting a switch or knocking out Garchomp is very big here. So I'll go for the Dazzling Gleam. The problem is I think Feeny might just switch into Celesteela. Muck. Okay, that's fine. That means Garchomp's probably protecting here. Or not. So I get the Dazzling Gleam off, which is going to do a lot to Garchomp. Swords Dance, okay. So he's at +1 stage, but that's not too big of a deal, to be honest, as I will recover up with Gastrodon. I do live 1 Poison Jab from this Muck. I think Muck is the target I want to go for Hydro Vortex here. And I will go for Dazzling Gleam here, as well as a Hydro Vortex. Garchomp's going to protect, which is fine. Because 1 Poison Jab shouldn't knock out my Gastrodon. I mean, Poison Jab should knock out my Tapu Koko. Because I am bulky. I proc him into the range of the berry. I was hoping not to do that. Okay. Knockoff. In a Gastrodon. Oh, predicting maybe a Protect? Oh, this is the best turn possibly I could have asked for. Okay, so, don't know exactly about that. Because Tapu Koko's at large against my opponent's team. I get a Hydro Vortex off. This will be able to damage the Muck. I guess the question is who's in the back. I think Celesteela might be in the back. Okay. I need my Gastrodon alive. I think I need Koko to be decently healthy. So I'll go into Arcanine here and Dazzling Gleam, I think. I don't know Muck. Okay, I'm Dazzling Gleaming here because it's safe, because I don't want Garchomp to go for an Earthquake here. Looks like he stayed in anyway, so this is best case scenario here. As I will get my Arcanine out. Get the Intimidate off onto this Muck, so it'll be even doing less damage with Poison Jab, and I doubt you double knock off the Gastrodon slot. So Gleam will be able to pick up the knockout on Garchomp, which was my safest play in my opinion. As let's see what the Muck goes for. Probably Poison Jab here into Koko. This won't, just be like, yeah, a little more than half. No poison, which is very fortunate on my side. Tapu Fini's in range of Dazzling Gleam. Celesteela is probably the Pokemon that has to come out here. Yep. And I can go for a Will-O-Wisp in a Celesteela. And I think I can just switch out and go out. Actually, what kind of Celesteela is this? I think that's the question I have to ask. I doubt it's a Assault Vest on this team. I think I want to Flamethrower the Muck slot and actually go out into my Gastrodon here. I think that's the best play. Because, yes, I could Will-O-Wisp that Celesteela slot. Yep, I think just clicking T-Bolt will win me the game, regardless. Man, this is like the one case where Flare Blitz would actually help, because Flare Blitz would actually probably be able to win me the game straight out. So Gastrodon's going to come out. Muck is going to protect, which is fine. And let's see what the Celesteela does. Leech Seed, Heavy Slam, that's fine. In a Gastrodon. That does a lot, actually. Okay. I think I just Flamethrower Muck. The question is, like, could he go out into his Tapu Fini here? Like, it's a possibility, which is why I'm thinking maybe it's better just to go for a Sludge Bomb. Actually, I think the best play is just to recover here. Yeah. I don't think Muck is switching out. He did switch out. Okay, that's not too bad still. That's still not too bad in my standards. Actually, Flamethrower might 2-hit KO this Tapu Fini. I wish I paid attention turn 1 of who was faster between Tapu Fini and Arcanine. Yeah, okay. Leechee's going to go out into Arcanine, which is fine because I really don't need Arcanine too much in this game to have health. And I will recover here. Nice. Alright, so I feel like I'm still very solidly in this game. I just got to figure out how do I beat these pieces. This Feeny Spec, so it can't protect. That, I know I get a free Sludge Bomb into that slot. I could go for Muddy Water, but I'm not risking a miss. I don't care if he sacks Muck. Good play, good play. Okay. Muck is going to come out. Nice play. But that's fine. Like, all he's doing is delaying. He's just delaying his fate right here. So he's going to Leech Seed my Gastrodon, which is fine. Because Koko will still KO the Celesteela once I get that terrain up. Should have went for the Muddy Water. Did not want to risk it. I should have risked it there, though, in my opinion. Oh, I don't need the Berry on Arcanine, really. Okay. So a play I could see is him trying to go onto Tapu Fini with the Celesteela. Well, yeah, I think that's actually what he's going to do. I'm actually going to Muddy Water here because Muddy Water will pick up a KO on the Tapu Fini no matter what side he targets. If I get a Will-O-Wisp on the Celesteelas, I should live a Heavy Slam with Tapu Koko. Yeah, I think this is the best play possible. The only thing I'm risking is like a miss here. A miss would be terrible. But nice, we get the Will-O-Wisp off. And Muck doesn't protect here, which is fine. So we get the Will-O-Wisp off into the Celesteela. Heavy Slam's going to come out, so it's really not going to do too much to my Gastrodon, which I think he's trying to put into Moonblast range. And let's see what Muck does. Probably... Oh, Poison Jab. Huh. Maybe expecting Tapu Koko. Oh, that did so much. Muddy Water. Oh, come on. Why did Muck avoid? Oh, that's not good. Muddy Water does a decent amount. Ooh, we get the accuracy drop. That could help. That could help in case this comes down to a strange endgame. Okay, Leech Seed's adding up, but like Arcanine needs its berry here, so we're good. The problem is if he ever switches out Celesteela into that Tapu Fini, I am in huge trouble. But that's why you click Muddy Water 100% of the time if you're me. Yes. So I go for Flamethrower here into the Muck slot. And I'll just Muddy Water here. I'm never going to try to let him get a free switch into Fini. Maybe Sludge Bombing the Celesteela. Actually, I should have Sludge Bombed the Celesteela slot. But he's just going to protect anyway. Alright. Flamethrower into the Muck. And Flamethrower is going to go out probably in the Gastrodon? No, it's in the Arcanine. But I'm max special defense, so that's not going to do anything. As you can see, that's a crit. Muddy Water is going to come out. And we're just playing the end game of get Tapu Koko in safely. Able to click Thunderbolt and sweep with this game. But if I don't play patiently, I could be screwed. I want a Flamethrower. Actually, no. The Fini's in range of another Flamethrower. So if he switches out Muck, he loses Fini. I think the best play for me is to Sludge Bomb to Celesteela. Now I don't have to risk a miss. And getting rid of Muck here would be nice too. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just going to Flamethrower my Arcanine slot again, but that's fine. I never want Tapu Fini getting in for free. I never want that. I never want that. The problem is he could get a Beast Boost at this rate. As Muck is going to go for the double, fails. I go for the Flamethrower here into the Muck. So Muck will be going down here. Nice. Here it comes. Heavy Slam. Okay, probably targeting down Arcanine for some damage. Yep. A bit more than Flamethrower, but still not enough. Is there a way for me to lose this game? I don't think there is. I guess if he gets a Beast Boost with Celesteela, but I don't think that's possible. No, I don't think I can lose. So Tapu Fini should be coming out here. Mist disappears from the battlefield, which means I do win the terrain war, so my Tapu Koko is looking very solid in this game. Tapu Fini does come out. And I'm going to Flamethrower the Tapu Fini. I wish I paid attention to speed tiers. Oh, wait, no. I didn't lead. No, I did lead Arcanine. Okay. But I Flamethrower here because if he wants to knock out Arcanine, he has to go for a single target Moonblast. Dazzling Gleam should knock out Arcanine. Max special defense. I'm going for Sludge Bomb. plus Flamethrower. Okay, I do have to be Tapu Fini, and that should be the game. Yeah, Tapu Fini goes down. The only way Celesteela can come back now is a crit. No, a crit won't knock me out with Heavy Slam. He'll knock out the Arcanine, but my Specs Tapu Koko just cleans up in the end game. So, yep, I just went for it just in case it was like a random. I went for Sludge Bomb just in case, because in order to knock out Arcanine, he had to go for Muddy Water, which, you know, would power my Gastrodon and doesn't really accomplish anything. If you went for Moonblast, it's single target. Specs Dazzling Gleam shouldn't knock out my Arcanine because of the fact I'm max special defense, which is a bad set, yes I know, but it's literally the Arcanine I used at the beginning of the format. On that one team, what team was it? I can't remember it. It was like Crocodile. Oh yeah, the Wishy-Washy team. So I got my Tapu Koko in. Electric Terrain is up. This is a Specs T-Bow coming your way. You're not going to be able to KO my Tapu Koko unless you get a crit or burn. And I'm hoping you don't get any of those. So Specs Thunderbolt into Muddy Water should pick up this KO. Especially with the burn damage. Okay. Specs Thunderbolt picks up the KO, and that would be a good game to my opponent. So a bit of a, I don't know why the third games I guess are always longer with Celesteela, but we are able to pick up that 3 wins in today's episode, which is very nice. This team has been doing a lot of work, so I hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode. If you did, leave a like down below. It shows your support. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to say anything to me down below. And yeah, check out my other stuff down below in the description as well. And that's pretty much all I have to say. See you around in another video.